Hey y'all, it's Indigo here. This is round 1 of season 15 of Grand Arena. We're back in the 5v5 matchups. There's no ships in this one, but finally we're doing full squads of 5 rather than the 3v3 that we've been doing for a good while. So let me show you what my opponent put down for his defense and how this first round went down. This is his north zone. He went ahead and put his Darth Revan with Malik and his Jedi Revan team on defense. And then down south, he's got a Padme team, pretty decent Padme team. And then he's got his first order there. So I had to decide what I want to do, but I'll take the lesser of the two evils for now and go ahead and do his first order team. Now, I looked at the mods. His team was faster than mine by a little bit, so he was going to go first. But, you know, I'm confident with my first order team. It's pretty well geared and modded, so I took mine in for a mirror match rather than try to take, Jedi Training Rey in and see how that would play out. So I was able to flip the tables and stun him when I can, but he keeps getting cleansed. It takes a minute to work through this, because with the turn advantage and him getting to go first and then his Xylo feeding everybody turn meter, you got to kind of work around it. And I do. I'm taking shots at his Stormtrooper there, trying to get him out so I can get just a numbers advantage. Keep working on crew because I get stuck behind his taunt, but got him into the yellow. Finally have a chance to stun him. Now that gives me a little bit of freedom on, what I can do. So keep doing the AoE with Xylo to get some turn meter going. And there goes crew. So now things get a heck of a lot easier. First order officer's pretty squishy, so we'll work on taking him out. He's gone. Now it's just his Xylo and his Executioner left. And we'll go ahead and start working on Executioner just because he's, the big damage dealer. Take a big chunk out of him there. I'm trying to heal up my guys as best I can with the, with the buffs and everything from First Order Stormtrooper. Trying to use Crew's other move to where he can help recover more health and all that, because I was wondering if this would come down to efficiency with my opponent setting his Darth Revan in the N1 zone and me doing likewise. We might both get stuck on each other's Darth Revans, and then it will come down to who clears the south zones and the extra team up top first, and then everyone will be stuck on the first zone up top. So efficiency is not really my strong suit, but I'll give it a shot. So took out his first order. Now I'm going against his Padme team. I don't have a ton of practice with this team. I'm still working on my own Galactic Republic team for Padme, so I figured better safe than sorry. Went with CLS, figured they could kind of power through this team. I know they assist and whatnot with Chewie and that, but they do enough damage that they should be able to just power through it. Plus, I think he only has the 1 Zeta on Padme's lead. He doesn't have the unique that turns it into 40% protection and makes it non-dispellable. So they don't get quite as much protection. I think this team could power through it anyway because they just hit so hard. So I was worried about that, like counterattacks and attacks outside of turn, but there's buff immunity and things like that. That's helping me out. And once Padme goes, it gets a heck of a lot easier. You can see now it's just Xeris left, so CLS does what they do, which is power through the enemy with lots of damage. So 58 banners for that one. Was able to clear his South 1 zone. See what he's gotten back. Just a weak Zal team back there. So nothing too big to worry about. We'll go ahead and clear that one. Just because, like I said, it comes down to clearing his South and then clearing the one team up top. And then seeing if we get stuck on each other's Darth Revans. So I took in my Rex Wampa team. I got Rex, Wampa, Stormtrooper, Tusken Shaman, and Boba. I know it's kind of an odd collection of characters, but they actually do work together pretty well. Rex and Wampa, of course, are the main core part of this team. Rex for his lead and the tenacity up, and Wampa to do the damage. But Tusken Shaman does put down dots, and he does heals, so that's nice. And I've had him at gear 11 anyway for the longest time, so it's a good chance to use him. And then Boba's left over because I don't use him in my bounty hunter team. I use Django there instead. So with Boba left over, the fact that he can throw down some dots and he's got the execute and ability blocks, you know, it's a little bit of nice synergy for this team. So he makes a nice fifth. And then, you know, Stormtrooper's just a taunting tank, so he can soak up some of the hits while Wampa powers up and everyone else does their thing. And that's all I do here. Just keep working on them with the AoE days. Get who I can that's, you know, not in stealth. And there went Savage. Counterattack took out Sidious. And there's that. So, done with that team. Cleared his whole South part of his board. And now I just got to worry about what he's got up top. He's got that Darth Revan team and the Jedi Revan team. So I got to decide, you know, what to do. What do I want to do against these two teams? And I'm thinking about it because I know what I have set on my board. And I'm thinking, does he have junk behind there because he didn't think I would get through his Darth Revan? Or am I going to have to try and save something good for offense if I do make it through that team? You know, there's a lot of decisions. Because if you both accept the fact that you're stuck on each other's Darth Revans, then it doesn't matter what's behind there. It matters how efficient you were on the rest of the board. But I hate doing that. Anyway, let me show you this team. It's Jedi Knight Revan, and my preferred counter for that is Traya. Since the Dark Side Bastilla now gets used with Darth Revan team, as a fifth, I put in B2. He's good for the fact that he can get rid of all their buffs and put up buff immunity, which you see he's laid that down on several of them there, so it's pretty helpful. I made him kind of tanky, and he's pretty potent, so he actually works really well as a fifth in this team. I know some other people used him long ago, even when Darkside Bastilla was available, just to have him and find a place to put him. But now you kind of have to, because if you have Darth Revan, she's going to be in that team, and you don't want to separate her from there for this. So you got to use your Traya, Scion, DN, Thrawn, and then B2 probably works the best, because I've tried Sith Marauder, and he's okay for damage, but clearing out their buffs and being able to put up buff immunity is huge. You can see things are going along pretty smooth. I got Yoda fractured. It just takes time to build up under this counter. I know you guys have probably seen other videos similar to this. You just got to try and keep topping everyone off, get Scion's Held by Hatred off so that for sure he doesn't die. And then you definitely want to keep Trey alive. You don't want her to go, because her isolate, over there I got Jolie isolated. As long as you can keep that on him, you're free to kill anybody you want, because then he can't bring him back. So you got to constantly watch her health, make sure you're healing her up and that she's got decent amount of protection. Now it gets a whole lot easier. Here comes Annihilate. Got rid of Jedi Revan. Throw down some more buff immunity. And Fracture. Keep Yoda fractured. That way he can't do most of the damage. And this team was a little bit different too, because he put out a Galactic Republic team that uses his GK. You know, you got to change up the team. People don't like to use their GK and Bastila so they can have extra squads. So you're forced to use some substitutes. And he used like Kanan, you know, but he had him fully geared with a Zeta. So it's things you got to work around a little bit. But it's no matter. It's no match for this. This, like I said, it's a pretty standard counter. Even if you substitute some of the Jedi, it still does okay. With Jolee isolated, he's not bringing anybody back. So you can kind of take your time killing them off, you know, however what order presents itself to you, if that makes sense. As long as you get rid of Jedi Revan, he does most of the damage, and you know, he's got the healing and calling assists, and that's what takes out your Traya. And then it's easy to keep Grandmaster Yoda fractured until you can get rid of him. Now with just Jolee isolated, it's so much easier because you're just doing damage, trying to heal up a little bit, but in the end, you can always annihilate if it comes to that. But it didn't. So 56 banners on his Jedi Revan team. Done with that. Okay, here I'm kind of brainstorming what I can use to take out his Darth Revan team. It's a pretty solid team with a 6-star Malak. One thing I noticed is he doesn't have the Zeta on HK that stops turn meter from characters with protection up. So that's a plus in my favor. So what I did here was just send in some junk trash and burn off the specials. Get rid of everybody's big move first, and then Darth Revan went twice, and the second time he used that ball lightning. Now I sent in my Jedi Revan team, and watch how this goes down. I put out a separate video on it last night, so that in case anyone else was stuck on this team, they could see what I did, and maybe they would have similar results. But their Darkside Bastila went first. I've got my team. I'll go ahead and mark her. You want to dogpile her and get rid of her as fast as you can. Put Master's Training on Grandmaster Yoda, so we'll hit a bit harder there. And we'll go ahead and finish off Darkside Bastila. Now we're stuck behind Taunt on Sith Trooper, so we'll go ahead and hit him. And this is where that part of not having the Zeta comes in, because I can give turn meter to my Jedi, and it's not stopped by the Zeta from HK. So the one good thing is people that don't have Darth Revan this time around may not make that Zeta a priority when they get him next time around, because by then they'll have to worry about his leadership and all his other Zetas, and we'll have so many new characters that are going to hog all the Zetas. So it's like if you don't do it and you don't have it already, it may not get done. And that's a big plus for countering this team with Jedi Revan. So you can see I just got Darth Revan left and Darth Malak, and my team is pretty healthy, all buffed up. So there goes Revan. Now it's just Malak, and you can dogpile him. He's stunned, so he's not going to drain their life. Send turn meter over to Yoda. And there you go. That's it. 39 banners for that. Cleared it in 2. And my opponent obviously can't do the same thing. 1, because I have the Zeta. And 2, he put his Jedi Revan team on defense. So he doesn't have that option. So I cleared that zone. See what he's got back there. He actually went pretty heavy. He got a Scoundrel team back there and a Boss Bounty Hunter team back there. But this is fun. So let me show you. First thing I did was take my Imp Troopers against his Bounty Hunters. He had a 287 speed Bosk, I think. But my Stark under Veers is like 313, I think. So I definitely go first, and I take out Squishy Greedo, get the turn meter train going, take out Boba again. Just use the AoE from Snow right there. Now I can work on Bosk and getting him out of there. As soon as Deathmark comes around, it makes the job quite a bit easier. So there's that. Now I'm just shredding his team. Now I can get to Embo. He has the Zeta on him, so he can't be crit. But that doesn't matter. They do enough attacks that they don't need to crit. So that was that. Perfect 60 banners. Ripped through his bounty hunters like nothing. And now his last team was that Kira Scoundrels team. I had never tried this matchup, but my best team that I had left was my Galactic Republic. I had Padme with just the Zeta on her leadership. And then I got Zaris, I got Anakin, Ahsoka, and then 5s. Just because where else are you going to use 5s? And he is Galactic Republic, so maybe he can do something here. So this is a little bit interesting of a matchup just because I had never done it before. And these Scoundrel teams can be a pain. He had Gear 12 Kira with a Zeta. Obviously, he had the Zeta on Vandor. He had the Zeta on Young Han. So I don't really go up against those. I don't mess with Scoundrels a whole lot. And my Young Han isn't in good shape, so I don't even really know what he does and all that. But like I said, this was the best team I had left and wanted to give them a whirl and see what they could do. You can see Vandor has that prepared, so as long as he has that, he'll keep bringing them back when they die, the other Scoundrels. So, and you guys can feel free to point out my mistakes in the comments. I have no experience using this team or really fighting Scoundrels in general. So I just keep killing L3. And meanwhile, Vandor Chewie's health, gets lower and lower as I work on them with AoEs and such. So finally, kill L3, kill her again. Vandor Chewie's still prepared. Someone told me he can't bring himself back with prepared, so I guess that's good to know for next time. So I was able to take him out. Now I don't have to worry about revives. So now whoever I kill is going to stay dead. Got rid of L3, just working on Kira just because she's kind of squishy, Got Young Han. And then he had, he had Cad Bane back there. I know people like putting him under Kira because he'll get like a plus 60 speed boost. And that can be helpful, having him nice and fast, and he can get stuns, but was able to take him out, not much of a problem there. And I got Young Han. Right now I'm just, doing damage where I can. Like I said, I'm not familiar with this team or anything, but testing out their moves as I go. And was able to get 57 banners for that. So not too bad at all, I think, considering I thought I might get stuck right there on his Darth Revan team. I was able to full clear the board and got 1699 points. And so far, he hasn't moved. As of right now, we still have plenty of time. But I don't think he's getting through my Darth Revan team in less than 2 battles. And I don't think, I don't think because of that he'll attack me at all. So we'll wait and see what happens. But if he doesn't do anything, then I guess I'll see you guys next round in round 2. Later. Shout out to my buddy Mikayas. He runs a modding service. He'll go through, make sure you got the right squad compositions and the right mods on the right characters. Give your account a real nice tune-up. I'll put the link to his Discord in my description. Go ahead and check him out. Tell him Indigo sent you. Thanks for watching my video, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share your comments down below, and hopefully you'll check out my other videos on my channel. Peace.